But it's like, before you're like, oh, should I really like start to take this serious? Like, before you're ready to be committed, you have to make this pre-decision of, I really want my YouTube channel to be an additional stream of income for me. So therefore, I'm going to build my content strategy. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z so I can really make that happen. You move differently knowing that I really want to make income from this. Now, what's the opposite of that? The opposite of that is YouTube is just a hobby and a creative outlet for you. I don't even have much to say about that because that's not how I'm using YouTube right now. But I guess if it was a creative outlet, I don't care. You know, you're more laid back, right? You're more chill. It's like, what happens, happens. Oh, whatever. La-di-da-di-da-di. I'm just here to have fun. When you're here to be serious about your bag, you're going to move differently. Your whole aura and how you show up is going to be different. So you have to make that pre-decision / just decision. Like, what is this going to be, for the money or for the fun? I don't want you to go through the same mistakes that I did when I was starting my current YouTube channel that you're watching right now. I have a list of about 10 mistakes that when you're getting started, if you're aware of, you can recognize them as a mistake and not necessarily think that I'm a bad creator because this certain thing is happening, or I'm experiencing these certain thought patterns and so on and so forth. So I want this video and these things I share to help really bring self-awareness to you as a content creator, specifically on YouTube. You are going through a transformative journey starting a YouTube channel. It is that deep. It's that deep. Okay? And I don't want you to look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, like, why do I keep hitting this wall? Why do I keep going through these things? It's normal and it's a part of the process. Like I said, I went through a lot of these mistakes, and so many creators have as well. Even people that you love and watch, and they're super huge creators right now. These are very common mistakes, and they're big mistakes, but you can avoid them if you at least are aware of them beforehand. So my name is Nala. I'm a personal brand consultant specializing in brand development and YouTube content strategy. Please join the waitlist. The link is in the description box for staying in the loop about when my one-on-one consultation services will be dropping and what they're going to look like and everything like that. I'll be launching them at the end of this month. So moving right along and getting into mistake number 1, which is trying to appear as if you are a pro YouTuber from day one. Let me bring you into how I'm thinking about this, right? So there's so many of you that want to creep onto this platform. Like, let me get onto the platform. No one's going to know that I've never done this before, right? I have watched a ton of videos. I have done all this research and everything like that. I'm going to get on here and no one's going to be able to tell that this is my first time. And I want to come on here as if I am a professional from the very jump, very beginning. And the thing is, get that thought out of your mind. Everyone that's been on here, and even if you've been doing it for a month or two, we're all gonna see that, oh, look at the new creator, it's like when in high school, when it's like the freshmen came in as grown as they think they want to be or look and act. Bro, we can still see that you're a freshman. And that's the case here. Like, you don't have to come on here acting like a seasoned YouTuber when you're not. It's okay to be new. It's okay to have that newness on you still. The creators already on platform, some of us will embrace you. And the viewers, they could tell you're new too. It's okay. You're not fooling anybody. And you're putting too much pressure on yourself to show up as if you've been doing this for 10 years when you haven't even made one video yet, or you haven't even made 10 videos yet. So that's a mistake, and it's primarily a mistake because you're not acknowledging that this is a journey. It's like you're kind of discrediting the fact that doing YouTube, creating YouTube content is a skill. that one has to learn over time. So please just come on here. It's okay that you're new. Point number 2 is starting without knowing your YouTube channel's overall goal. I feel 2 ways about this. If figuring out the goal of your YouTube channel feels like a daunting task for you and it's going to prevent you from at least starting to create videos, then don't harp on this too much. But after about maybe 3 to 12 videos, depending how you feel and you getting your stride with the act of just creating long form video content on YouTube, you're going to have to figure out like, what is the goal of your YouTube channel? Creators, like, we all have different goals for why we're doing this. I have a completely different reason, so I'm motivated by different things. I'm going to structure my content differently. I'm going to go into creating my content strategy because of the goal or goals that I have in place for my YouTube channel. When you know what you want, YouTube is a tool. And when you know what you want to use it for, it's easier to move forward and create the next video and the video after that and the video after that. But when it's like you're lost and it's just like, oh, what am I doing this for? Because once you start getting into the habit of creating videos, you're going to notice how much work it is. And each person is different. You may have a whole bunch of experience with creating thumbnails and creating really good titles or editing your videos. You know, every part of the content creation process for YouTube is easy or hard relative to who I'm speaking to. But my point is, regardless, it's a lot of work. And as you keep going, you're gonna find a moment more than likely where you're questioning, is this worth the effort and time and energy I'm putting into this? And you're gonna be discouraged to continue putting in that time, effort, and energy if you don't know why you're doing this in the first place. Like, what is it for? So for example, for me, my goal or goals is to, of course, build an audience, because I believe that's one of the most valuable assets anyone building a personal brand can have. And number 2, my YouTube channel supports my business. I told you guys in the beginning of this video, I'm getting ready to launch my services, but that is attached to a relaunch of my business. And I'll be putting a video out about that soon. But this is a way for people to understand and know what I do and know how I can help them, for me to get the word out about my business. So that's a major goal for me in my life. It ladders up. And then when you think about it further, right, I want to have a successful business because I want to be able to do things for myself, for my family, have certain experience in my life. It all ladders up to something. And you have to know, where does having a successful YouTube channel fit into the bigger picture of your overall life plan? Number 3 is going to be over planning and not taking action. There's only so much preparation that you can do. I have a Launch Your YouTube Channel checklist for free. If you want it, it's in the description box. But on my checklist, I say, plan out your first 4 videos for your YouTube channel. However, plan them out and then batch record them so that you're ahead. You have 4 videos ready to go. You're good for an entire month, say, if you wanted to post 1 video a week. But I also have on there, if that is too much for you, then just start. Do whatever you have to do to just record the video, edit it, and put it up on the platform, because I got stuck in this place of like preparation and it kept delaying me from starting when I was at the point where I have everything. You know, I have a camera, I have a place to film. I was using a window back then. This was on my first channel. Like, I had everything. So it was like, what was the problem? And it was just, I was just stuck with trying to prepare and really just come on here right and exactly how I envisioned. And one day I said, fuck all of that. And I just made a video and I posted it, and that really kicked off me finally being on YouTube. So I don't want you to get stuck in over planning, because it's going to delay. You don't want to be delayed, and it's just a balance. And the point I want you to take away from this is start uploading even if things aren't perfect yet. My personal branding guide for YouTube is now available for pre-order. Head to the link in the description box if you want to get a physical copy along with the digital version and a special gift for being an early supporter. The fourth mistake that I want to share with you is not deciding whether YouTube is a serious income stream or not for you, or not deciding whether or not you want to make it a serious income stream for you. If you really want to create monetizable YouTube content, I'm not just talking about being monetized through Google AdSense. I'm talking about being able to use, again, YouTube as a tool to make money from you. And that can look like many different things. That doesn't look just one way. If you don't make that decision, you might find yourself getting caught up on things that don't even really matter. What do I mean by that? Well, when I started this YouTube channel, I knew I wanted to be monetized and have a monetizable channel through other avenues. Again, not only relying on Google AdSense, but guess what? I found myself caught up in the numbers. And when you're caught up in the numbers, you're building it interferes with your content strategy, because you're no longer creating your content based off the goal of your YouTube channel necessarily. You're more influenced by the numbers you're not seeing, and you're like, oh my gosh, what type of video do I have to make? What do I have to do in my videos? How do I have to edit my videos? What do I have to say in my videos so that I can get more views? When ultimately, if you're someone like me and your YouTube channel is to support your business or your endeavors, the things that will bring you income from having an audience, so on and so forth, views are not necessarily the most important thing. Because even if a video has low views, you could have connected with someone on the other side and they're like, oh, wow, I want to work with her. Oh, wow, what does she have to offer besides this free YouTube content? How can I learn more through this person that I'm watching? The views don't count at that. The low views don't hold as much weight anymore, because it still helped you build your business in a sense. That's for my example. You have to insert like what you're trying to do with YouTube, right? And Omar El-Khattori puts it as you have to make a pre-decision. So before even starting the channel and before really making the commitment to grow your YouTube channel, because you could have started already, but it's like before you're like, oh, should I really like start to take this serious? Like before you're ready to be committed, you have to make this pre-decision of, I really want my YouTube channel to be an additional stream of income for me. So therefore, I'm going to build my content strategy. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z so I can really make that happen. You move differently knowing that I really want to make income from this. Now, what's the opposite of that? The opposite of that is YouTube is just a hobby and a creative outlet for you. I don't even have much to say about that, because that's not how I'm using YouTube right now. But I guess if it was a creative outlet, I don't care. You're more laid back, right? You're more chill. It's like, what happens, happens. Oh, whatever. La-di-da-di-da-di. I'm just here to have fun. When you're here to be serious about your bag, you're going to move differently. Your whole aura and how you show up is going to be different. So you have to make that pre-decision / just decision. Like, what is this going to be, for the money or for the fun? The next mistake is, and this is a thing where it's just unfortunate, but believing that YouTube is a get-rich-quick type of situation. And I say it's unfortunate because there's a lot of videos on here that put it to you like that. Like, you could get on here, just keep posting the content, just make videos, and you can make a lot of money. Like, there's a whole bunch of people trying to push out that, oh yeah, you can. They put it in a way where it's like at a snap of a finger. If you just make a few videos, you can make a lot of money with YouTube. That's not, like, I don't like that it's put that way, because You can make a lot of money with YouTube, but you have to be willing to put in the work. And you can make a lot of money with YouTube, but there's going to be a lot of money you got to put in, more than likely, to even get to these big numbers that you tend to see on the thumbnails of these types of videos and everything like that. Like YouTube, for most people, is not something where it's quick money. And even like if we put it in the context of AdSense, like even when you get monetized, what you think they're going to be giving to you as a smaller channel if you didn't go viral, then all your videos are making, you get 100K views on your videos. Like, come on. You got to do your research. So if you are getting onto YouTube motivated by making money quickly, you got to even rethink, like, is this really, again, worth your time? Because this is not, I'm telling you, quick. I wouldn't describe the money as coming quick. It comes, but I wouldn't say quickly for most people. Anyways, this is a favorite of mine. This is a favorite mistake of mine because I've noticed it more as I started to like network and be out and about and start talking to people. Listen, no one on the internet gives a damn about who you are in your real life. And what I mean by that, the mistake is assuming real life popularity will translate to YouTube success. You could be that person, the man, the woman, whatever, in your city or where you're from, where you be at, where you stay at. That doesn't mean nothing when you come onto YouTube. You're going to have to start from scratch, from zero, just like everyone else on here, and work your way up. And the thing is, the people in your real life that gave you this status or help or, contribute to being popular, that doesn't mean they're going to be interested in your YouTube content. And then how are you going to corral all these people that have said, oh, I know him, and get them onto your YouTube channel? Like, and then even watch your stuff. Just because you are popular off the internet doesn't mean you're going to be popular on the internet. And maybe you will quicker than others. Like, that can be an advantage that you have. You're obviously charismatic. People are attracted to you and your light and everything like that. That can work in your favor here on YouTube. But for you to assume that basically it's going to come to you easy because you've had success with growing an audience in real life, that you will be able to kind of quickly or without much trouble grow an audience here on YouTube, it's a wrong assumption. It's a mistake. It's an assumption that you shouldn't have. And you should understand, like, you are starting from scratch and nobody's handing you out nothing on YouTube. You have to grow and build your audience person by person. And yeah, like, get that out your mind right now. And then there's a reverse of that. So you may not be that popular person in real life, and you just never have been your whole life. But that doesn't mean that's going to be the case when you get onto the internet. You may grow quicker than the person who was popular in real life, Just get the real life scenarios out of your mind in terms of how people interact with you and flow with you. The internet, you're starting completely over from a blank slate. Let's move on. So the next mistake is misunderstanding the exchange of value with your audience. What do you mean, Nala? Like, let me repeat that again. It's a mistake to misunderstand the exchange of value with your audience. When you post a YouTube video, right? Those people that watch it, they are paying you. They are paying you with their attention. So when you get onto YouTube and make content, which I like to call is like you focused, it's content that really is serving only you. And you created these videos with only you in mind, and you're not thinking about that viewer on the other side, it's going to result in a reality check of some sort. People come on YouTube primarily for two things: to learn something or to be entertained. And I like to kind of put in a third one where it's like they come on here for comfort/companionship. All right. So that's the value that you can offer, one of those three things, just as a overarching way to put it. If you're not creating your YouTube content strategy, having that in mind, and you're just doing stuff that, I don't know, like I said, it only you would probably like it. I don't know how to put it, but I just want to I just want to tell you that there is an exchange of value going on, and you always have to think about how are you giving value to your audience, because they are paying you. It's in attention right now. One day it could be with dollars, whatever currency you use in your country. Don't be ignorant to the fact that in order to get, you have to give. If you want to grow your audience, if you want more views, or just to build your community, views, subscribers, whatever it is, ground yourself in what you're going to be giving to these people. And know if in your heart that you're doing your best to really give value, all of that will come. So please ensure that your content either educates, entertains, or provides comfort. Give value. The next mistake, especially now, is overemphasizing the technical aspects of YouTube. And what I mean by that is just getting too caught up. Like, I was so surprised to learn, like, people are still worrying themselves on the camera and the lighting, the setting up of it all, the technical, like, where am I going to edit and everything like that. Now it is easier more than ever to, like, produce a video. Do not overcomplicate it. Okay? Simplify. In the beginning, you are just a beginner. You are just now getting started. Think about for me, and I have a side tangent. All these mistakes, like, if you know yourself, that's why it's tatted on my chest. It's very important to know yourself. If you know yourself, you can avoid these things. So in the context of this mistake that I'm saying right now, if you know a fancy camera or a fancy lighting setup or a very robust editing program is going to get you shaking in your boots, it's going to be like, oh my God, if it's going to be daunting for you, bring it down a notch. Ask ChatGPT, hey, I'm comfortable with my iPhone. Or my cell phone, my Samsung. What is the most simple setup for me? Like, how can I edit on my phone? What lighting situation do I need? Ask ChatGPT to build you out the most simple filming setup possible for you. If you're like, you know what, I'm open to learning how to use a new camera. I'm only open to learning, but I'm open to paying for it. Open to paying for a certain type of light and learning Adobe Premiere Pro, things like this. Go for it. But, like, know your tolerance level for this type of technical stuff and the technical side of YouTube, and go based off of that. As you make more videos, you might be like, you know what, the phone has been cool, but I really want to level up to an actual dedicated camera for my YouTube channel. Allow yourself to grow with the technical side of things. And then my other thing is, like, if you're not willing to learn tech related stuff to YouTube, you have to ask yourself, are you willing to invest? There's plenty of people, videographers, like, this is the creative economy, the creator economy. If you don't want to set up the camera and stuff like that and figure out what microphone to get, there's someone local to you who has all those skills that you can link up with and say, I'm really trying to do YouTube, but tech stuff, that's not my zone of genius. Can you help me out? And maybe the investment isn't necessarily money, but could you do a gift exchange of some sort? Can you give them something that you have to offer for them to give that to you? Can you give them exposure and say, I work with so-and-so, he set up my camera stuff, blah, blah, blah. Like, figure out how you got to get it done from a technical standpoint and keep it moving, you know? Next mistake is expecting friends and family to give you quality feedback and expecting them to be a part of your audience. The thing is, most of you will find being a content creator in real life is pretty lonely. You're not like, most of us don't have 5-10 other people doing YouTube that we can call up and just say, oh, can you check out my last video? Tell me how I did. Like, just real talk, one creator to a creator. How did I do? Where could I do better? A lot of us don't have that. So knowing that, you can't now be like, let me just go ask my brother what he thinks about this, or my sister. Like, they aren't in it, they aren't doing it, so they don't really know what point of view to come from. And then they're probably biased because they love you, they care about you. Your friends and family usually love and care about you, and they probably won't know how to word feedback, especially if it's a bit more critical. So what you're going to want to do is find somebody that's on a YouTube journey just like you to connect with on maybe a monthly cadence, a weekly cadence, whatever you want to do, so that you guys can provide, share like tips and information, feedback, everything like that. You have a dedicated person where you can say, how did I approach this? Or I'm thinking about doing it this way. Like, you have someone to talk to that gets it. They get the whole YouTube thing. You need that. Like, I've had that for I think 6 months now, and it's been a game changer to have my dedicated content creator friend that I met through YouTube to just help with my process of like creating like the behind the scenes stuff. You need that. It's a true mistake to rely on people not in the YouTube game for that type of relationship, you know? And then in terms of like your friends and family being your audience, they love you and support you, but what I mean by that, they may not be your target audience. So they may not be super engaged with your videos and leaving comments all the time and everything like that, but that's okay. They still are there for you, but they probably aren't your like go-to viewer. And the last mistake that I have is failing to have this type of mindset that comes with being a person who creates consistent YouTube content. It's a choice. And I talked about commitment earlier, but for me, commitment is a large part of consistency. If you don't have commitment, you're not going to be consistent. So when you find yourself falling off, because we all do it. Like when I started my YouTube channel, I was let's do it. I was getting videos out. I was just running. And I crashed and burned. I just got burnt out and I had to stop. But ever since November 2023, I have not missed a YouTube upload and on like a weekly upload. I've uploaded a video every week. And it's a true commitment that I have and I give to my platform. And it's like, I'm committed to my goals, but then when you start really, when it's not like, hello, am I speaking to anybody? Like, is this thing on? Like, when you actually start having people comment on your videos, people say like, wow, you really helped me with this. It's like this accountability comes up. And like, I'm committed to the people that's watching at this point. That I think is such a large motivator. I mean, we're motivated on different days by different things, but knowing like, I got people waiting for me to post, you know, it does something, but I'm committed to them. And that's why I'm consistent. So whatever you have to do from a mindset standpoint to turn on that consistency thing in you, do it, because it would be a mistake if you didn't. So those are the mistakes. I feel like the way that I put them, I've never, not to say like I haven't said something someone else has said before, but I added to the conversation of mistakes that new YouTubers make, because the thing is I'm close to it. A lot of people that make these videos, they started their channel like 5, 7, 10 years ago, and they're huge YouTubers now. Like, they're in the big leagues of this thing. I'm still in it. I'm still grinding. I'm still trying to make it. Like, it'll almost be a year of consistency in a couple of months, and I'm close to it. So take it from me. Avoid these mistakes if you can. I will see you in my next video. Join the waitlist for my one-on-one consultations at the link in the description, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.